They didn't just want him arrested, they wanted him erased. His name was Pablo Escobar, a man who built an empire so powerful it challenged government, shook nations, and flooded the streets of America with billions of dollars worth of cocaine. But the real question is, how did a poor boy from Medellin become the most feared man in the world? And why did the United States decide he had to die? Pablo Escobar was born in 1949 into a simple life. His father was a farmer, his mother a school teacher. There was no luxury, no power, no future waiting for him. But even as a young boy, Escobar saw something others didn't. He understood one thing early: money is power, and if the world wouldn't give it to him, he would take it. By his teenage years, Escobar was already deep in the streets, selling fake diplomas and running small scams, smuggling illegal goods. Some say he even stole tombstones and resold them. True or not, it didn't matter, because one thing was clear: he had no fear of crossing the line. The city of Medellin was changing, crime was rising, opportunities were disappearing, and corruption was everywhere. For most people, this was a trap. For Escobar, it was a classroom. He learned how to move quietly, how to build connections, how to use fear and loyalty to control people. Before drugs, he was already making money through car theft, smuggling, even kidnapping. He wasn't just surviving, he was preparing. Then came the moment that changed everything. Cocaine. In the early 1970s, demand in the United States was rising fast, but no one had yet built a system big enough to control it. Escobar saw the future, and he moved first. He became a key figure in what would soon become the Medellin cartel. And from there, everything exploded. At his peak, Escobar controlled up to 90% of the cocaine entering the United States. Billions of dollars every year. So much money, they couldn't even count it all. They literally lost millions to rats and moisture in storage. But Escobar wasn't just rich, he was powerful. He built houses for the poor, gave money to communities, and in return he gained loyalty. To some, he was a hero. But behind that image was something far darker. Bombings, assassinations, terror. He went to war with the government of Colombia. Judges were killed, police officers hunted. Even innocent civilians became targets. At one point, a commercial airplane was bombed. This wasn't just crime anymore, this was war. By the 1980s, the United States was deep into the war on drugs, and Escobar was at the center of it. He wasn't just making money, he was fueling a crisis inside America. Cities like Miami and Los Angeles were overwhelmed with cocaine. Addiction was rising, violence was spreading, but here's the real reason the US took it personally. Escobar refused to be controlled. He feared one thing above all: extradition, being sent to the United States. Because there, his power meant nothing, no bribery, no influence, no escape, and so he declared war on anyone who supported it. At this point, taking Escobar down became a mission, not just for Colombia, but for the United States. Agencies like the DEA and the CIA worked behind the scenes, alongside Colombian forces, tracking him, studying him, closing in. There were even whispers of shadow groups, enemies of Escobar, being used to weaken him. This wasn't just law enforcement anymore. This was a full-scale manhunt. In 1993, it finally ended. Pablo Escobar was found hiding in Medellin. A shootout followed. And just like that, the most powerful drug lord in history was gone. But here's the truth people don't talk about. Pablo Escobar wasn't the richest man in the world, but he was the most dangerous rich man alive, because his money didn't just buy luxury, it bought power. And when a man gains that much power, he doesn't just become a criminal, he becomes a threat. A